Today on Indian Mobile Gamer, Anirudh briefly explains how to use archers effectively. Everyone, welcome back ladies and gentlemen to another video on Clash of Clans. Today let's talk about the strategy which is an asset for farming. Well, these little sweet pink blue headed girls are quite amazing in their own way. Shooting from a range, these ladies are pretty badass. On today's video, I'm going to talk about which bases you should consider attacking while leaving the rest with 200 archers. Now, I could obviously have said 240 archers, but I don't think all of you are maxed on 9s or 10s, and so it will be more of a farming video in which you are going to know more about archers and how you can actually go and farm. Well, obviously archers are one of the most cost effective troops, but as everyone knows, they die quickly with those splash damages, so you gotta have a bunch of those, and that too more like in packages, so that not all your archers die in one go, as is the case when mortar of the same level as your archers attack. Starting off, I am here using archers as in to farm and still maintaining your trophies, so when I use 200 archers all on an easy base, it is just because I don't want to lose on a battle. While using archers, you have only limited options though, like attacking only bases where most of the mines and collectors are outside or the storages can be easily picked on. And you need to skip bases like these because it ain't possible to get any loot from them. And you would be missing Hog Riders in here.
Someone say Hog Rider!
Yeah! So yeah, basically you can't go hard on yourself for some amazing loot which you will be finding inside that base which you cannot take. But since all you want is profit to grow your base in Clash of Clans, don't really worry about that. Because training archers is basically much more cost effective, since 240 archers of level 7 cost me around 96,000 elixir, whereas a balloon army of 24 balloons cost me around 108,000 elixir, and a lot of time as well. So when coming for archers, our biggest worry is splash damage and wizard towers, which can be easily controlled by zapping those mortars with light spells, and probably the same for wiz towers. Spreading archers is an art as well. Since I'm looking for both cups and loot, I end up using up all my archers, which sounds kinda lame. Because since I'm talking about profit and using up all my archers at the same time, but it is basically to maintain your trophies of a certain league. When you're using archers for Town Hall 7 or 8, you can pretty much farm at any level. But when you come at Town Hall 9, you need to consider farming above gold too. Just because when you're at Town Hall 9, you gotta get a lot of dark elixir for your king and queen as well. Using archers is pretty easy, but what I recommend is when you're using archers and all the stuff is more or less on outside, then probably start deploying troops from the edge of a base, and that too with only a few archers so that none of the defenses are able to prick on your archers. For Town Hall 10s, there's no use of using 240 archers for farming. I know I raised a few eyebrows, but to be honest, I don't really find archers useful for farming at Town Hall 10 because I would rather use balloons to take from the storages from a base instead of going on to search for an hour or so. But still, if you are at Town Hall 10 and you want to give arching a try, probably be at Crystal 2 and up. But here I am now going to divert the topic from farming to pushing with archers with Town Hall 10. When you have level 7 archers and 240 army space, you pretty much can win most of the battles, but still here conditions apply. Having heroes is must, because not always things go as they are planned. Having 5 light spells will come handy as well. Though it isn't difficult to push with archers at lower Town Hall levels, we have seen a lot of Town Hall 7s and 8s at Masters and Champions, but I recommend pushing for Champions only after you have 240 army space and a pretty good base, otherwise you will need to spend hours online to maintain your trophies. But here is how I attack with archers, trying to cover whole base and stuff, and just trying to get that 50% at Masters too. But yeah, this video is now quite long to just discuss for archers, since they are just one of the default rules which most of the people know. But I just really wanted to give you just a brief thing about archers, so yeah, that's it. Well guys, time to head out. I'll see you next time with another game changing strategy on the same channel, Indian Mobile Gamer.